Greetings YouTube. Another 4th of July ride for you. While I was eating, it rained. How fortunate for me. I think it's going to be raining where I'm headed as well. Calculating my way home. At 91 degrees, it cooled down a little bit because of the rain, thank goodness. So I went to a nice Irish pub, had myself some poutine and a Guinness. And I know everybody's thinking, oh my God, he had a beer. He shouldn't be riding. I'm alright, I'm perfectly fine. Just kidding. What a ride I've had today. Let me see, I've done 117 miles so far. Not half bad. It's starting to rain on me again. And I'm just going to enjoy it. Now it's 87, the temperature has gone down. Took off my rear camera so that I don't have to worry about that. I tucked in a little tripod, whatever, extendo pod thing. Hopefully that camera angle worked out well. I'm really hopeful. Now I've got Irish music in my head. She is the belle of Belfast City. She's so dark and she's so pretty. Something like that. Let's see, what is it telling me to do here? Stay on the road, I guess. I don't have to turn or anything. You better watch it, Chucky McFuckknuckle. There you go. .4 miles until my left turn. Watch out for these guys. He looks like he's putting on his rain suit. All-wheel drive. That's the name of the street. It's not a road, it's not a boulevard, it's a drive, and the name of it is all-wheel. Oh, that's awesome. All-wheel drive. Oh, I love it. Alright, 0.9 miles to my left turn. Okay. It's coming down. Oh, somebody's grilling. They're sitting out on the porch having a good old time. Ah, I love it. Nice cooling rain. I did not know it was going to rain today. Just one of those things. Oh, those raindrops are stinging. There we go. Jacket zipped. Let the cooling waters flow. Oh, 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 oh. Red light, Mikey. Red light. Okay, let's think of a topic, shall we? What Independence Day means to me. How about that? An essay by Maikeli7. Okay, so, of course, for any American, Independence Day has a special meaning, obviously. We're proud, you know, it's America, baby, America. But for me, it has a different significance because I am from Boston. And that is where the whole thing started. So when I was growing up, we had tons of, you know, local history that we would go visit all the time. They pumped it into you. You know, the Boston Tea Party and the Boston Massacre. A lot of that stuff started in Boston. So, you know, for me, it really hits home because the British were, well, I don't want to say the British because they were all British back then. The Redcoats were all right there. John Adams, Sam Adams, John Hancock, Benjamin Franklin, all that stuff. Now, I know Ben was more Philly, but he also had family in Boston. So, for me, that means an awful lot. And I saw where Paul Revere lived. I've toured it many times. I've been to Lexington and Concord. Lexington and Concord. Not Concord, Concord. I've been to the old Massachusetts State House, the Colonial State House where the Boston Massacre occurred. I've seen the actual live reenactment. So for me, I really feel the history of it because it happened in my hometown. The beginning of the revolution, the shot heard around the world. By the way, trivia for your tidbit. The witches in Salem, that was 1620s. And there was no witch burned in Massachusetts ever. They were hung, they were pressed, they were drowned, I think, but nobody was... One guy was pressed between two doors or something with rocks. Giles Corey was his name. But there was never a witch burned in Massachusetts during the witch trial craze in the 1600s. Just put that out of your head. Trivia for you. So I had a lot of history growing up. Because I was walking the same streets as everybody else was back then. And a lot of the houses are still there. Gotta be careful here. These people try to come up on the right and cut you off. I don't see anybody, so that's good. It also means the typical things that it means for Americans. You have you cook out, you make some burgers, some hot dogs, you get you some coleslaw, some macaroni salad, potato salad, drink some beer, play frisbee, stay outside, and then in the evening, light off some fireworks. Firecrackers, bottle rockets, all the different types. You wave the flag. It's fun. But I don't know if a lot of people out there understand, you know, the origin of it, why we celebrate it, why it's important. It was the beginning of an experiment in quasi-democratic rule that is still ongoing. Some people would say it's succeeded, some people would say it's not so much. But it was a change from the rule of a king or queen to the rule of an elected official. It's a big change. And sure, you could say what you will about oligarchy and corporations controlling everything, and we're all duped, and this country's been bought and sold, and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I get all that. But on the face of it, we didn't have a ruler like, you know, King George Washington I, followed by his... He didn't have any kids, but you know what I mean? We didn't have that dynastic rule thing. And I think that's kind of cool. I think it could be a whole lot better. I think today is a good day to start thinking, how can we make this better? You know, ostensibly you want the future to be better than now. And if you want the future to be better, then do something about it. If you're sitting there thinking this world's going to hell in a handbasket and 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, this country's doomed, well, why aren't you doing anything about it? You just sit there, throw your hands in the air. I don't know, there's nothing I can do, it's just all screwed. Ooh, ice cream. Do I want to get some ice cream? Maybe not. So that guy rode his custom bike so that he could work on his deer. Okay, interesting. $125 miles on the odometer. So you might turn it around on me and say, Mike, what are you doing to make the country better? I teach. I teach immigrants. Mostly it's immigrants. The new Americans. Their kids and their grandkids and their great-grandkids, especially the great-grandkids, are basically going to be like me. I'm a great-grandchild, I'm a great-grandchild of immigrants. Irish, Portuguese, English, Danish, French, German. So, you know, I know that my family came from overseas, and when they first got here, you know, they were hated, a lot of them, the Irish especially. and they didn't acclimate so well. There was, you know, little Portugal. People still spoke Portuguese when they first came, for the like 8% Portuguese I am. Danish, they didn't, you know, instantly start speaking English when they got here. They spoke Danish. They had Danish ways. That's the way it's always been. The first generation comes over and they don't really acclimate so well because it's hard to do that. The older you get, the harder it is for you to have get the language going and the accent going and feel the same value system as the other people. You can't really change that on a whim as an adult. But your kids grow up in it. They have a little bit more of the country they're growing up in. And the grandkids, even more. By the time you get to the great-grandkids, they have no idea what the culture was, unless a parent really, or a great-grandparent or whatever, unless it's really instilled in them, which it isn't really. People forget. Well, how many people out there now don't even know their family history, don't even know where their ancestors are from? Like that white supremacist guy that was on that show, and he's like, I'm white supremacist, this. They did his DNA without him knowing it, and they told him he's like 18% black, African, sub-Saharan African. And he was so upset. Then, of course, he denied it was true, and he did his own test, and he said he was 99% white, show anybody the test results. And even if he was 99% white, doesn't matter. Still, his family didn't come from here originally. Only the Native Americans can say that, right? This is a melting pot, and it takes time, and it's ugly, and it's rude, and it's mean. The people who live here don't welcome the ones, not everybody, but a lot of the people who live here don't welcome the new people. And a lot of the new people don't want to integrate. And it's happened for hundreds of years. Ain't nothing's changed. Then the great-grandkids are me. Proud to be American. I grew up speaking English only. Well, a little bit of Haitian, because my mom married a guy from Haiti. A little bit of French. Well, that was just a coincidence. My mom didn't even know that we were French. I had to find that out later on. The point of it is, you can make it a whole lot easier. You can make the country a whole lot better by welcoming the new people in here, showing them what it's about. Say, you know what, you're the newest. Welcome aboard. You're what makes this country great. Just like my great-grandparents were what made this country great. Immigrants make this country great. Levi Strauss made Levi's jeans. Albert Einstein gave us, you know, the technology and all that to make the bomb. Hell, the rockets that we use to defend ourselves and go into space were made by a Nazi. So, you know, you can't get all like, there's American blood. What's the American blood? American blood is a mixture of Europe and Asia and Central Asia and South America and Native America. It's all over the place. America is the world. So we need to really embrace that more, I think. That's who we are. That's what we're about. And I'm damn proud to be an American. An American that welcomes change, wants innovation, wants hope. We can do it. We did it before. We can do it again. We're a young nation, and I think our best times haven't even started yet. I want to teach people that in my classes. You guys are making the country better. Your great-grandkids will make the country even better. New talent, new blood, new genes, new ideas, new cultures. It's great. That's what makes this country great. And I swore an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign or domestic. And I took that oath seriously when I served my country in the United States Peace Corps. Had to fight to get into it because of my asthma. Nobody else would touch me, and the Peace Corps wouldn't touch me. I had to fight. I finally got in. the son of a Marine, the nephew of an Army Silver Star winner, the grandson of a World War II Navy survivor, his aircraft carrier was kamikaze to watch his best friend die and had to swim in the Pacific Ocean with burning oil above him. He had to clear a space, come up, take a breath, go back down. So my story is an American story. And I celebrate this country and all its people. Even the dumb assholes that cut me off in traffic. So here's my message for you on the 4th of July, 2020. Don't lose hope. When times get tough, the tough get going, right? That means you get to work, you start doing stuff. You don't leave, you don't cower. You continue on. You figure your way through it. You don't throw your hands up in the air and give up. Say this country's going to hell and there's nothing anybody can do about it. No, you're here now. Do something about it. You're a little bit like the ramblings of Larry. He went down to the protests and he handed out bottled water and stuff and asked people to talk to him about what they believed. By the end of it, there was like a big block party. Everybody was fine. People put their guns away. That's what I'm talking about. We need to embrace each other as Americans and not draw lines in the sand. Say who's this and who's that. We're Americans. So, as a proud American, I bid you farewell. May you stay safe and well. We will get through this. And I'll talk to you later.